Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine. Going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the
You hear that, dude?
Nice.
That's after, dude, that's what I'm talking. A nice crisp sip of an IPA. And then we got our our dog Joe Marrese in the house, dude. Joe, what up, dude?
Yeah,
cheers,
what up?
dude.
Cheers.
That's your nice IPA. Joe, why is your IPA not open right now?
Good. I'm not going to drink it.
All right, it is 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. on a weekday. I get it, dude.
Yeah, I can't. And it's 7%. I'm not going to go I have to drive a half hour after this. I'm not going to.
That's a good call. I'm going to house this.
Yeah,
which way you
you
headed?
go for it.
I might need a ride. Which way you headed?
Towards West Hollywood.
Yeah, that's cool. That gets me where I need to go at, dude. We got Aaron on the sticks. What up, Aaron?
What up?
Indeed, you guys might be asking, why am I sipping this adult beverage during business hours on a weekday? And it's because today our business is history, and we're studying the history of Socal brews, dude. Okay?
They got some great ones.
Yes, they do. And we've got Joe on here, the long dong king of Chicago himself. And you might say, oh, you know, last time we were on here, we did Chicago pizza. We got Joe, the Chicago expert here. Maybe this is some sort of sick retribution for the fact that you missed the Chillpocalypse episode of the pod. You know, maybe I'm making you do some SoCal stuff, dude.
Well, yeah, I'm cool with it. And also, I don't know if I missed that episode or if I wasn't informed. It was a kind of a mixed bag.
Joe brings up a very strong point. You know, it takes two to tango, they say, and I did not send the reminder text.
Yeah, I think I was given a text 6 days in advance to do a podcast and then was not followed up.
It's true. You got to follow up, baby. When you are in LA, you got to have that follow up.
Apparently there was an email sent, but I did not receive it.
Yeah, and who's going to be checking it? And also, I did send that email after gaming late, and I sent it at about 1 a.m. And I know that you are a man after my own heart and enjoy your sleep time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm usually up late, but I just didn't get the email is the bottom line.
Did you, speaking of following up and checking in and making plans, and, you know, I've had 3 sips of a beer, so if I'm out of line, you know, go ahead and cut me off.
It smells good.
Oh, it's great. It's hoppy. For those of you listening and not watching, I am sipping on a Dank Ballast Point Sculpin, my favorite Sculpin. And we're going to be doing SoCal beer history today, mainly focusing on microbreweries. And we're going to tackle it through SoCal and NorCal, starting in NorCal, of course. Historically, you'll see why. And just quick shout out before we even dive into JD Lapinsky, who did the primary research on this episode. Cheers to you, JD. Legend, dude. Thank you for heading up the research on this. Freaking legit, dude. But Joe, speaking of scheduling, you went on a date recently.
Yeah, it's true.
Is this too much to talk about? How was it? How did it go? If you don't want to divulge, feel no pressure.
Well, since you asked, I feel like I have to.
That's what I'm talking about. Put you on the spot. That's what I do here.
Yeah, it was good. Had fun. Went to a cool restaurant and then went to a fun bar that I like to go to. And
sushi style first date sushi style.
Yeah, it was a Japanese restaurant.
It's a good move.
And then
it's not a steak and potatoes meal. Too much.
Yeah,
you're not gonna be able to have energy.
And then went to kind of a divey bar.
Fun
for some drinks, and it was fun. Yeah.
Is this the place at the? I've never been there. Is that Marketplace? Is that the place at the Farmers Market? What's that place that everyone's talking about?
Oh, the Market Tavern.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that place.
Okay. I want to go there, dude. Get a nice proper brew.
It's fun. They have a great beer selection, fantastic food at Market Tavern, yeah.
You just went to the Chicago and Dodgers game. Right now we're tackling a little bit of Joe recent history. Just fired up to catch up and talk with you, my dog. How much they got to have for a beer at Dodger Stadium these days?
It was, I believe, 1775.
Dude, that's unethical, bro. That's like robbery. That's like literally.
That was for the souvenir cup, which I hope is 2 beers at least. You know.
So it's a little bigger.
It's bigger.
Yeah, but you're still getting a Bud Light.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, I got since we're talking good beers, I got what I got? I got a Point the Way IPA, which is from Golden Road.
Those are nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Speaking of, and we're going to be doing a lot of SoCal. And I want to ask you what your favorite Chicago beer is. My favorite Chicago beer is the Goose Island IPA. I love Goose Island.
It's good, yeah. My favorite Chicago beer is, it's actually a German Pilsner that's made by a local Chicago brewery called, it's called Alarmist Brewing. And the name of the beer is Crispy Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to try that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's my favorite. That's my favorite beer.
And a Pilsner's a great beer to have a little more quantity of. Like an IPA, you're kind of tapped out at 2 with the hoppiness.
I have to stop at 2, maybe 3 IPAs, yeah.
You don't even do shots anymore. You're done with shots.
No shots either, yeah. And if I have too many, it'll feel like I drank hard alcohol. So
Agreed.
You got to be careful.
Agreed, yeah. But it's real heavy, but I mean, for my money, if I'm just going to be enjoying one, and since you're not having yours, I'll probably be enjoying 2. I'm not going to let, just for all the listeners out there, I'm not going to let a beer go undrank on this podcast, dude. All right, dude? I'm gonna suck it down. I'm gonna take it back, and I'm gonna enjoy it, dude. Okay, so just know that's what's up. Speaking of ball, brews, and fun, Aaron, Joe, what's going on the softball diamond?
Well, I have a left hand that apparently isn't going to recover for a while.
Yeah, dude, I saw you icing that the other week.
Yeah, and then, but I don't know. It's good. I mean, we're 3-3 on the season.
Yeah.
Okay, 500. What gets you in the playoffs? Is there playoffs?
Yes, there's playoffs. They divide it in halves so they can reseed if necessary. So we're 0-1 in the second half, but 4-1, 3-2 can get you in.
3-2 better get us in.
Yeah, we were 3-2 in the first half.
I'm going to try to come out to a game next Thursday. I think it's finally the Thursday where we've been doing the locals only shows with Chad and JT fired up over at Jam in the Van, but
yeah, I've been going those after the games.
Yeah, I love seeing you cruise in there. It's fun. It's a fun hang.
It is.
Aaron, you got to come out to one of them
Sure.
of these days, dude.
Yeah.
I know you got your child rearing, so it's tough. They're always
There is
late.
that.
And
Yeah.
well, shit, man. Yeah, I got to get you fired up out there. All right, well, dude, Joe, fired up that you're on the pod, dude. Freaking super dank. Maybe I'll do if there's anything you want to share in particular. Real quick, in my personal recent history, as everyone knows, I've moved to Los Feliz.
Yeah, nice area.
You're over in WeHo, great area, love
Yeah.
it. Over by Cantor's, classic deli.
Mm-hmm.
I've been noticing a lot of dudes. Things are opening up now.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of a coffee shop guy. I like to go to my coffee shop. When I was in WeHo, I'd cruise to Andante, that little Beverly block by Potato Chip.
Yeah.
Great fucking block. By the way, I had the Milanese today. I haven't had it in
you
like a few
did?
months. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a special sandwich.
It was amazing. I went to the dentist, waited for that fluoride to clear, and then just bit right in 30 minutes. They just really tested my patience. And so what the fuck was I saying about that? Oh, yeah. And I'm at the coffee shops in Los Feliz, and there's a lot of dudes that just aren't. In WeHo, I feel like there's a lot of jacked, good-looking, hot people, especially because you got the Air One right there.
Yeah.
I'm walking around, I'm seeing yoked dudes, I'm seeing very fit ladies. Yeah, the dogs are jacked. Pit bulls got pecs walking around there.
Yeah.
Fucking everyone's fit. Everyone's on, alternative milks and shit. Good vitamin regimen and just getting it done. Then I'm over in Los Feliz. You got artsy dudes, right? And the thing about these artsy dudes is, and I've been able to realize this, they've got what it is about them that bothers me a little bit is maybe that they're not buff, and I don't want to body shame anyone, but
they don't have any muscle.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have that. They don't have any. Yeah, they got nothing. They got no steel, but they're still horny. And I don't like secret. No, never apologize for throwing a nice flex on this pod. Are you kidding me? Thank you for doing that.
You're saying they're horny?
Yeah, they're horny. I can tell these guys are horny, and they're out now. But it's artsy horny, and I don't like that artsy horny. I like direct horniness.
Yeah, what's that about?
You know what I mean? I like to just have straight up, just regular. Like when you talk to me, like when I'm talking. Look, I've got a fiance. I'm engaged, but I have a very upfront horny energy. Like when I talk to someone, like when I see Aaron, I say what's like. Aaron pops in. I'm like, hey, how's it going, Aaron? Hey, yeah, good. It's a very horny
It is.
level energy that I come at you with, so you know. But these artsy guys hiding behind their scarves and their fedoras and talking like about, you know, writing something interesting, and it's circuitous. It's the scenic route of horniness, and I'm not into it. I want the fast track. I want you to be upfront about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like you'd have my back on that. That's just sort of what I've observed, because I observe at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
You know, and they're observing the ladies walking in, and I'm observing them observing. You know, one step. I'm a creep, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I guess I kind of hold back my horniness also.
I feel like you have a nice like level of direct horny energy to you, and it's not overbearing.
I don't want to be overbearing.
It's not like horn dog. You know, I would never say it's your leading factor. I'd say
horned up.
You're loyal, trustworthy, pragmatic, horny. You know what I mean? Like it'd be number 4 of adjectives to describe you on a resume if this was like an interview process.
Yeah, number 4 is a good spot for horny.
Me, it would probably be like horny, dank, pretty fired up, and horny. So 4 and 1.
So you bookend it with horny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'd say that's about right.
Aaron, what about you? I feel like Aaron definitely, you know, he has definitely, you know, sexual energy about him, but a very creative sexual energy that just seems innate. You know what I mean? Like very lived in. And I think that's the best way to be, like a Billy Crudup.
Appreciate that. Yeah, sure.
You know, like a Russell from
Almost Famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Sure. I am a golden god.
Aaron, if this was an interview, dude, I was gonna say that's 4 words. That's nice. I was gonna say, what are your 4 words at your interview? And if you said I am a golden god, and then said I know that's not 3, but I'm outside the box thinker, you're hired on the spot. Fired up, dude. Joe. So what else is going on? I know we've been cutting it up and fleshing it out.
Triceps in this.
Yeah, dude, it looks like a freaking horse just came and stepped on that tricep.
Yeah.
It looks real good.
Sorry, what were you
The
saying?
lighting in here is just pure fire.
Yeah.
I always ask Aaron to turn up the lighting in here and raise the angles a little bit to, you know, show off the striations. Well, I know that you've got Joe Code.
Joe Code, yeah.
Right here on the All Things Comedy. This is usually the part in the episode where I would do an ad, so why not? And we don't have an ad today, so why not just go ahead and, you know, play one for the home team. Joe Code on the All Things Comedy Network. Everywhere podcasts can be found. Fucking check it out.
Thank you, yeah.
Fired up, dude.
It's on YouTube also.
Yeah, put them on YouTube. Good. It's fun. I enjoy watching podcasts too. You know, it's just fun to give the listeners an
Yeah, that's what I'm
option to
hearing
view.
from a lot of people. They like to watch.
Good for the socials too.
And like with my podcast, like people were telling me they like if it's one person, they prefer to watch.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and also the way that your arms are looking right now. Why would you rob your fans of that?
Yeah.
Why would
check
you
me
not?
out.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Handsome, fucking third baseman working the hot corner.
That's right.
Hot dude working the hot corner. So, all right, dude. Are we ready to dive into today's historical share?
Yeah, let's hear about
Let's frickin' do this.
Craft brew history here.
California brews, dude, a short history on Socal brews. Now, look, it's a lot. You could tackle beer history endlessly, you know, and I'm sure there's plenty of podcasts that focus solely on that. But first, before we get into craft brewery and Socal, let's just cover, and I know we're covering like a broad period of time. I'm going to start like 100,000 years ago and take us up to like 1849
beer is very
California.
old,
Yeah, it's been around forever. Like there's evidence in Paleolithic human ancestors that like they recognize leaving fruit in the bottom of a container for an extended period of time, which is basically fermentation and brewing, produces alcohol infused by juices. And that's what was made to produce the first frickin' beer. So dudes.
Oh, nice.
So dudes, and then in now this is all BC. Now we're going to 30,000 BC, right? So a long ass time ago, that's like 32,000 years ago, right? Because we're currently in 82,000 and whatever. So scholars interpret the abstract parts of Upper Paleolithic cave artwork as shamans who attempted to connect themselves to altered states of consciousness. So ASC, that's AKA being fucking buzzed.
Getting wasted.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to do anything artsy while wasted, Joe? Like when I was in my dorm, like I sketched myself one time and I drew a flavor saver on myself. I was getting a little more creative by doing that. I drew myself, I did a full body one, and I tried to look like what it would look like if I wasn't sagging, and it looked pretty professional. And that's when I decided not to stop. That's when I decided to stop sagging.
Yeah, I can't draw, so I didn't. Yeah, if I drink, I just like I've done comedy. That's art.
You know what? That's interesting. So as a stand-up comic,
on beers.
speaking of altered state of consciousness, I feel like in the stand-up comedy community, and especially young stand-ups, they call it liquid courage for a reason, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When you were starting comedy, I honestly went into it going, I'm never going to drink before my set, at least at the first mic I was at. It's like, I want to try it clean and just feel it. And I'm kind of glad I did that. When you started doing stand-up comedy, would you have a beer or whatever, or a shotski at the time?
Well, the first time I did it, I remember I was pretty buzzed.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I had a few beers at least that first time, but yeah, since then and most of the time I won't drink before I perform. But I have before. Like, especially if I'm doing like a short set, like 7-8 minutes, I could drink and still do fine.
Yeah.
But I prefer not to, because then I get way too much in my head, and yeah.
Things get looser. As I get looser, the set gets looser. I'll blabber, I'll go tangential. It's just not.
Yeah.
And especially the shows that I'm doing now, it's not like, I'm not at any point where I'm headlining yet. So it's like, I got to be tight. I got to be like, if I get 10 minutes, that's nice.
Yeah,
you know,
like keeping it tight.
What do you notice working at the store? Do you see a lot of younger comics hitting it hard at the mic or whatever, the potluck on Monday? Have you observed this? Or?
Well, we don't have the potluck back yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's COVID?
Yeah. But it's supposed to
Is
come
there a
back.
mic?
No, not right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Everyone crowds on that little
Yeah, they
patio
don't
and
want
fucking,
that crowded patio right now.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think it'll be back in a few weeks or so.
Man, I remember in
In a
years
different way.
Yeah, it's gonna come back.
I think it'll be like an email ahead of time kind of thing.
So there's always been a link, and I think in stand-up with this altered state of conscious, but you know what? Our ancestors were doing it too, and maybe there was a funny-ass shaman, dude, doing a tight five with, a nice little backlit cave doing shadow figures and stuff like that, dude. Maybe the prop comic of his day, the carrot top of their day.
Yeah.
Earliest production, 7,000 BC, dude. Around 3100 BC, alcohol becomes a trade using, the Silk Roads, right? We've heard of that, connecting, the East and West. Marco Polo, dude, what up, dude? Ibn Battuta, traveling it later, who's the episode that precedes this is about. And then beers. So this is mainly fruit and stuff and dates and using desert stuff. In Egypt, there's breweries that were found like 5,000 years ago producing tons of barrels, and it would be like more, they weren't really using barley or anything like we do or rice. That's really found in like 2000 BC, first seen in the Indian subcontinent. So that's pretty tight, dude. Then in the Latin America, South America, you have a beer called chicha beer made from maize, M-A-I-Z-E, and fruit becomes a significant.
Yeah, maize.
Yeah, maize. What is
Corn.
maize? Okay, yeah, that's what they're making it from.
That because of the University of Michigan.
Shout out, dude. See that, dude? That's what Joe's just being a
Well, because
dude.
their colors are maize and blue, and I know maize is corn.
Did you go to University of Michigan?
No, I just watched a lot of sports.
I love that, dude. See, that's what I mean. People say you can't learn something from watching TV or sports. They're wrong, bro.
Yeah,
learn stuff
a
from
lot.
gaming. I learned a lot about myself while gaming, dude. Learned that I'm a psychopath and I like saying bitch to my adult male friends. Let's see. The Etruscans produced first wines in Italy. Pliny the Elder, dude, who we're going to get into in a little bit, and we've done an episode on, practiced wine blending and created a muscatel type beverage. Era of mixing wine. The Romans were more wine. The Romans, when they settled and took over Egypt, beer was used to like pay people and stuff. It was ubiquitous. The Romans were more of wine drinkers and made that, but they would still use beer as currency. Greece and Rome, international trade and sale of booze, dude. So it was all over, bro. People were drinking it on ships. It was tight, dude. It's used as a dietary supplement in Tenochtitlan, Mexico. Mayans were drinking also something else called blach, which is chica beer. Chica beer because a significant element of feasting across South America and drinking goblets have been found everywhere in South America. So, I don't know. Pretty tight, dude. And a straight up agave beverage too, dude. So that's just a brief history of beer bringing us up to the present. Basically, the whole point is, dude, it's been around a while.
Yeah.
Cavemen were drinking it. They were hopefully having ragers playing beer pong, dude, and just freaking getting after it, dude, calling next. And hopefully not trolling each other, which is the worst rule of all time, dude. So now we go to California, dude. When I say California history, Joe, where does your mind jump to, dude? Like what event or era? If I'm going to start California history. This is not a quiz, dude. There's no wrong answer, dude.
I was going to say, I think of craft beers.
It's a good damn answer, dude. That's a great damn answer, and you're not wrong, dude. And you're right there. It's craft beers linked, of course, to the California Gold Rush. John Marshall, Sutter's Mill, 1848, discovers gold. 1849, we got the San Francisco 49ers. And what you're going to learn through this beer episode is why, first of all, the capital of California is Sacramento.
Yeah.
Why? Should be like LA. Really, it should have been San Francisco. San Francisco in like the 1800s, dude, there was a huge opera scene out here. It was like the New York of the West Coast, a giant port. Dude, it linked like Asia to the United States. Like this is before the Panama Canal. Like there was no transcontinental railroad at this time. People had to use the Oregon Trail to get there. And this part of like California was like a legal vacuum, meaning a territory of California was like, it was changing hands, first of all, from Mexico to, which was Alta California, to the United States. And there was no law. You get the Wild West, right?
Yeah.
Dudes in saloons, gunslingers. If the law was there, it was going to be tough to enforce. You've got a bunch of dudes who are, 49ers, picking up shop, leaving the East to start a life anew, maybe with no families a lot of times, or bringing their families. They're stressed out. They got to unwind at the end of the day.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that? Maybe whiskey, but a little more practically and a little bit cheaper. Some fucking brews, dude.
Yeah,
we've all been there.
That's the way to do it.
So I would even theorize and hypothesize that brews in California had an innate link to sadness, to deflecting sadness and escapism from the difficult life of mining.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you got to have some brews after that.
You imagine, dude, but doesn't it feel nice, dude, when you just go to a day's work, put in an honest day's work, and then crack open a beer?
Yeah, it's great.
It feels good. You were helping people move for a while.
Yeah.
Are you doing that anymore?
If someone asks me, but I haven't done it lately.
What would your rate of pay be? Would it be money, or would you say you got to buy me a 6-pack of my favorite beer of the what's the beer that you mentioned from Chicago?
Crispy Boy.
Yeah, you got to buy me 6 Crispy Boys?
Yeah, 6 Crispy Boys per hour I would need. If we're moving for 2 hours, I need 12 Crispy Boys.
That's what I was going to say, dude. Dude, moving is no joke, dude. Moving. You got to be like family, dude, if you're helping someone move, dude.
Yeah, or pay well. Some people pay well out here, which is why I help them. You
really do. When JT and I first moved apartments, I was a noob and didn't really know like how much movers get tipped, and like I gave them $20 in the beginning, thinking that was cool. And then afterwards, we moved to this storage unit by this Thai food place, and I bought everyone dinner, Thai food dinner. And then the guys were like, thank you for dinner too. And they're like, but also like the least amount of tip we ever get for a move is like $50. And I was like, oh fuck,
really?
My bad. Like I didn't know that. Like, and it was 2 dudes doing it all, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment, so it wasn't a crazy, or was it 2-bedroom? But JT and I had
they get paid already. I didn't even know you could tip. That's like
oh no, you got to tip these guys. I mean,
tip movers.
Yeah, you got tip. I think
that's
so.
What I do it
myself. It's manual labor. Yeah, I know. It's no cheap feat. But honestly, dude, they're miracle workers, bro. It makes it so much fucking better, dude. So much more manageable.
Yeah.
So you get this term Barbary Coast. We've all heard that. That's California, dude. You got miners, you got claim jumpers, you got, there's still Native Americans. There's beef with the miners moving into their lands, eating their crops, stomping on, the people that have been there for a millennium before, and just you got everything going on. It's just everything mixed in there, plus some frickin' brews. And dude, gold rushing was tough. The best way you were going to make money was to provide services to be a shopkeeper, or like Levi Strauss, the jean company jeans were invented in California, dude. What up? Because it was for miners. It was a good pant that they could wear that wasn't too hot yet durable.
Oh, really?
Levi Strauss jeans are invented in San Fran
for the miners. Huh? That's good. Good job, Levi.
Yep. So that's tight. So these dudes are just posted up mining and having dank ass brews at night, right? and probably during the day. So there's a huge demand for alcohol influenced by the gold rush, but it was coming from the east and it was very difficult to get there, or you got to sail around the Cape in barrels, which, you know, could make the journey with a nice, maybe tasty IPA, which lasts longer, but the demand was high.
Yeah.
So we got to get some breweries and start making this shit in Cali, dude. So people are turning to the volume. There's, you know, people are turning to crime, alcohol and booze. These things go hand in hand. Also, you know, shipping and trade costs are tough. So it really just made sense that breweries would come out to California. It goes without say. So this is obviously starting in NorCal. So we're going to get to, first we'll tackle like some Northern California beer history, then get into SoCal, and then talk about some nice beers. So, so in NorCal, you have, hold on one second, let me get to my dank ass slide that.
Yeah, I've had good beers in San Francisco. I can't remember any of them, but I know they got good ones.
They do. They had, I think we were right by when we went to go watch that. Remember we watched the Bears game? There was a ton of Bears fan in that bar when we were up doing that show. Fucking
yeah, they had some good ones there.
Yeah, it was really nice. Dude, Chicago fans are everywhere, dude.
Yeah,
Chicago fans, they travel well. They're in every city, dude. And Joe, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. Every Chicago person goes, "Oh, Chicago, best city in the world." Then why aren't you living there?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Okay, at least you can call that out. At least you have that ability to be like.
Well, I think
all
what
right.
people mean is like the downtown Chicago is very exciting. It's a great, like, just like being in a city. It's kind of a great city vibe.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
My dank ass fiance is from Joliet, and whenever we go out there, of course, we'll spend a night in Chicago, because why wouldn't you? And it's awesome, dude. So cool. We did a New Year's in Chicago once, really fun. I love that city, man. I've never been to Wrigley. I really want to go.
Oh, yeah, you should go.
That is like something that we just haven't done yet, but it's tough because every time we go out there, we got to squeeze in a wedding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Adulting.
Yeah.
Hey, don't bother me. I'm busy adulting. That's a very punchable in the face laugh that I did after that.
Yeah, it's hard to mix in going to a ball game after you got hammered at a wedding the night before.
Very true. Unless they got Bloody Marys there, dude. But ballpark prices, they'll probably charge you $200.
Yeah.
So craft beer culture. So we're going to have more of an emphasis on craft beer here. That's hence why I'm sipping on a nice craft brew now. So I already mentioned everything's in the East Coast and blah, blah, blah. In 1896, the state's most famous brewery was officially born in San Francisco and given the name Anchor Brewing by its founders, Ernest F. Baruth and Otto Schinkel Jr.
Yeah,
right?
no Anchor, yeah.
Yeah.
Anchor Steam.
Exactly. Dude, that's the big one, exactly.
Yeah.
So between the Gold Rush days and after the Prohibition era, he's just saying, JD's saying to here that it lasted a long time, but in 1852, so this is like peak Gold Rush time, dude, San Francisco has 360,000 people, 350 saloons, balloons to 800 saloons, and 24 breweries are there in 1860.
Holy shit.
So like all micro breweries, aka would be craft breweries. That's by 1860. So it's basically like
Crazy.
Carlsbad is today, dude. Fucking more breweries than anything I've ever seen in my life down there. But then, like I just mentioned, so I got a little ahead of myself. 1896 is when the most famous brewery in the state is born. So craft beer culture, you could say, begins in NorCal, in San Francisco. Within the next 5 years, Maytag, this brand, had effectively created 4 other flagships: Anchor Porter, Old Foghorn, and the Christmas Ale and Liberty Ale. So they already were marketing. And a lot of times when we get into SoCal stuff, they would take barrels of beer that were made by like Pabst or whatever back east, and Anheuser-Busch or whatever, and just rebrand it, put it in a new bottle, and say this is our local beer.
Oh, really?
Lying, dude.
Yeah, it's
Right?
liars.
A lot of lying going on, dude.
And you mentioned Maytag, isn't that like an appliance brand?
Yeah, it sounds like a Maytag. Wouldn't be surprised if someone was like, hey, this is a Viking or a Whirlpool. Go ahead and enjoy this beer.
Yeah, what?
Whack, dude. So this is like basically craft brews booming in NorCal at this time, dude. In Sonoma, which is generally wine country, Maytag's success with Anchor started up the country's first modern. So now we're jumping into modern
See,
times.
I don't know. Craft brew was always around like that. I thought it was like relatively new.
Dude, it was reborn. So it was reborn.
Yeah, I feel like the popularity is relatively recent.
Like the 70s. Like
Yeah.
IPAs have been around forever. Like they were started by the Dutch East India Company because the IPA ferments longer, it lasts longer, and actually tastes better over time.
And I heard it's actually IPAs are like healthier for you, like
Yeah.
for your liver and stuff.
They are, exactly. That's why I drink them. So there was like a reinvention and a new craft beer boom that started in the 70s, but I feel like it really picked up like 10 or 12 years ago.
Right.
Like at least when I got hit
yeah,
to
that's
it.
like what I'm thinking. Yeah.
But then again, maybe that's when we were old enough to really get it, but it's like, I don't know, dude.
But yeah, I didn't even know about IPAs until probably my mid 20s.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you know what constitutes a microbrewery or a craft beer? Do you know what constitutes that?
No.
It just means a guy condescends to you when you order from him. So basically, it's all about Anchor Brew, and I'm going to get into a quick little history of them. But quick, before we do that, shout out to Dank NorCal Breweries.
Yeah. Thanks for getting it started.
21st Amendment. We've seen these variety packs. Joe, take a look at this. You've probably seen this variety pack at the store. We actually talked about this the other day because you got some fun craft brews. I generally get steered away from a beer for the can's too much fun.
Yeah, I got a bunch right now. No, I love I'm a fan of artwork on the can.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel like they're doing too much art on the can and not the beer. But really, it means the person cares about the product and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah, that's the way I go.
And that's the proper way to look at it, and I've learned that from you. Because similarly to drinking wine, here's a good tip. If you're not a wino and you don't know much about wine, you want something that's like, I want a $10 bottle of wine. How do I know which one's the good one? If you pick up the bottle, and on the bottom of the bottle, you can stick your finger deeper into it. That's like better for transporting. It limits bottle shock. If the bottle is flat on the bottom, it means it's a cheaper beer, and the winery really doesn't give a fuck about the product, and they just say, nope, just go ahead and ship this stuff out.
Oh, really? I never
Yeah,
knew
so that's a
that.
good quick tip. So if you're ever beer's is a little bit different. I don't think it
Kind of. This one kind of goes up a little.
Yeah, but it has that little indentation.
there's
It's
a little
huge.
Indentation.
The wine one will be a little bigger. Like you could maybe get like one digit of a finger in there, and that's just something that prevents bottle shock, which would ruin the product in transport. So
Oh, okay.
good quick tip for you. So 21st Amendment, Dank, dude, Lagunitas in Petaluma, California.
Oh, love Lagunitas.
Very freaking dank, dude. One of my
There's a brewery in
favorites.
Chicago now of Lagunitas.
Oh, really?
Sorry, we're talking about California.
No, dude. Anytime you can bring Chicago in here, that is welcome, dude. I love that city, dude.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, it's in Petaluma. I wanted to go to that brewery actually, and didn't make it.
It's great to do a brewery tour. I want to go tour the Anchor Brewery. I went on for my buddy's 21st birthday. I'll get into it when we do the Socal one. We went on a brewery tour of San Diego breweries.
Oh,
It was
I
a
would
lot of
love
fun.
to do that. Yeah.
Ballast Point, the whole deal. Before it was big, dude.
Yeah.
Before Stone, yeah, dude. Stone is like going to Jurassic Park. That brewery's like beautiful, dude. It's unbelievable. I was
That'd be
expecting a raptor to come at me,
Oh
dude.
man, yeah, I'd love to go.
No, it's tight, dude. Petaluma's tight too, dude. American Graffiti, dank movie, dude. Aaron, you ever seen American Graffiti?
Love it.
Harrison Ford,
Yeah, of course.
great soundtrack, all-time
What,
movie,
they
dude.
film up in there?
They filmed in Petaluma, yeah. It's
Oh, I didn't know.
Dreyfuss, great cast, dude.
Yeah,
great
yeah, I
everything.
remember.
Yeah, Ron Howard, Cindy Williams.
Yeah, Ron Howard.
And I'll tell you this next brewer that I'm going to give a shout out to, Sculpin's my go-to, but probably my favorite IPA is from Russian River Brewing Co. in Santa Rosa, California. This is open since 1997. They got their double IPAs, triple IPAs, TIPAs, what up, dude? The fucking Pliny the Elder, dude.
Yeah, I had one of those recently.
They're amazing.
It's great.
They're amazing, dude. That could be my favorite beer, dude. And it started where, they sort of credit craft beer having its foundation, 1849 gold rush, these microbrews open up. They're developing brews for miners who are stressed out, which I get. Do you know what I started watching recently, Aaron? You ever seen Pale Rider with Clint Eastwood?
No, I haven't.
Great movie, dude.
I've
Basically, he
never
plays like, I'm not at the end of it yet. I've seen it in the past, but he's like this little girl, like this group of miners have a claim in Carbon Canyon, and this big production hydraulic miner wants to kick out the miners, and the way he does it is because they won't sell their claims. He just bullies them and sends like his outlaws in there to go harass them, and then this little girl's dog gets shot, and she prays like, "Oh God, please send help." And then Clint Eastwood shows up, the Pale Rider, and he's like the first horseman of the apocalypse.
Oh.
Shows up on like a white horse, and so he like represents death and stuff. And I haven't gotten to the end. Like, I don't know if he's like supposed to be a ghost or a real guy. I feel like something's happening that way, but in any case, dude, Spider just found a fat nugget, and it's pretty tight, dude. He hit it big, but I feel like LaRousse is going to take him out. All right, so back to Anchor Brewing Company. I want to get to you this real quick. Roots in 1849, track to the gold rush, dude. 1871, this guy Gottlieb Breckel bought the old beer and billiard saloon on Pacific Street near Russian Hill for $3,500 and transformed this location to the American brewery that would go on to be named Anchor Brewing Company, dude. Founded in 1896, like we mentioned. Steam beer is the one that you knew about already at the beginning of the pod. So Anchor Brewing Company had like this weird little bout of misfortune where like one of the co-owners died suddenly in like 1906. Then San Francisco's great earthquake consumed the brewery.
Oh man.
So they had to get rebuilt. Then as soon as then Prohibition happens in 1920. They're still like, you know, doing some speakeasy activities, and there was also like if you could make beer in Prohibition, but it had to be under 0.05%. So basically like O'Doul's or something like that.
Okay.
Then, so Prohibition slows things down. Then it reopens in 33. Then it burns down. Then they have to like save it. Then some dude's out at like a dinner at like the old spaghetti factory. Like, well, then it lasts like forever. And then it's going under, like it's not doing business. Like I mentioned, it's craft beers. People don't give a crap about it at this time in like 59, dude. Some guys eating dinner at the old spaghetti factory, dude, which makes sense that it's known more for its beers because it served Anchor brews. And old spaghetti factory is like basically like where you go for dinner like after a soccer game if like you're stepping it up from a pizza place.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I've never had.
It's like, yeah, it's just crap. But the brews were good, and then he finds out at this dinner, he's like, yeah, Anchor Brewery is going to shut down. He goes over and buys 51% of the craft brewery, saves it, and we still have Dank brews to thank this dude. His name was what's his freaking name, dude?
Gottlieb.
That was the guy who bought it earlier on. This dude buys it. Some dude named Fritz, dude. Some last dude with the name of Fritz,
Where's
bro.
the Russian one out of? What
Fritz
city?
Maytag. Russian River Brewing Company is in Santa Rosa.
Okay, yeah.
Santa Rosa, California. Never been there, dude. Now, quickly, SoCal. Little less history, a little more brief, dude. So, bear with, dude. Starting in Los Angeles, dude. So it's basically a forgotten craft beer culture, dude. In 1907, you got this Bavarian dude named brewer named George Zobelin, dude. He purchases Los Angeles Brewing Company, introduces a line of his own recipes. It's on the east bank of the Los Angeles River, dude. And he makes a lighter Pilsner, which is Dank, dude.
Yeah.
Something that would go well in this SoCal heat. He squeaks by the Prohibition era because he comes under the 0.5%, alters his fermentation process, but then in 1933 takes it back up to intoxicating form. Then he gets shut down, though. Like he was trying to sell stuff in Dodger Stadium later on in 1907, and then in 1979 Pabst gets like the big deal in Dodger Stadium, so he gets ousted, dude. So forgotten little history there of frickin' LA brews, dude. San Diego, dude, mainly was importing beers. They had one in 1868. This dude, also I think he's an Austrian immigrant, cruises out here, dude. Christian Dobler, dude, starts posting up in the 1850s and 60s, and he's got like a people would say that, oh, he made like a lager style, but it would be tough to, there was like no what did they need to make lagers out here? Like it wasn't like the proper growing stuff, so he probably made something more along the line of like a barley and stuff, which actually he could have grown out here, but people really don't know because the history of it's gone. But so it's all lost history of SoCal breweries basically. The history is mainly recent with like its reopening of stuff in the 90s. But all they know is there's like maybe a location in the Colas Valley, Chollas, Coyas Valley Brewery, which I think that brewery still exists, but they don't know where his actual location was. But back in the day, he was like producing 500 barrels, so he was an absolute beast down in San Diego, dude.
Nice.
But then, dude, what gets me fired up more and what gets me fired up to crack open your beer now is just a shout out to Dank Socal Breweries, starting with Ballast Point, started in '96. Home of the Sculpin, dude. First microbrewery to sell for $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. I think in like '09.
Ballast Point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about the San Diego, LA beers. Yeah, I'm a SoCal beer guy.
They're so dank, dude.
Yeah,
and
the
you go
Ballast
like
Point's fantastic. I love Golden Road also.
Golden Road's fun.
Stone is good.
They do live band karaoke at Golden Road Brewery, dude.
Oh,
You feel like a rock star.
yeah, I've been to Golden Road. It's fun there. I've done Arts District Brewing downtown. They got great beers. Yeah.
JT had his 30th there, I think. He had like a birthday party.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Super fun, dude. Play
Great
some
spot,
skee ball,
great
dude.
beers, yeah.
Super fun. Yeah, like I mentioned, my buddy went on a brewery tour for his 21st birthday. Was always a very mature guy, dude. He wasn't mature, dude. He was mature, dude.
Nice.
He was an adult, dude, not an adult. He's a finance guy, dude. He already had a 401k when he was like 12, dude. Fucking guy was under his price matching his 401k, dude. And while the rest of us are trying to hit, T-balls. Have you ever played the game Nervous? Do you know what that is?
No, I didn't know that was.
So that's a drinking game. When you're a young kid in high school or college, you and a female or whoever you like to play with, whoever you're sexually attracted to, you would sit at a table, probably a couch actually, because you don't want the table to get in the way, and you each put a hand on each other's legs, so you have to consent to play this game, and then you just move your hand up one hand's length up the leg, and then you go nervous, and the person goes no, and then they go okay, then they move their hand up your leg, then they ask you if you're nervous, and then whoever gets nervous, I guess, loses, or you just end up touching each other's junk, dude, and then that's tight.
Yeah, I want to play.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game, dude. Nervous.
Yeah.
Nervous. Well, the thing is, if you start playing nervous with you already basically have a hand on your hog because you start with your hand on the knee.
Yeah, if it's already, yeah.
So it's like you're already mid-shaft on you.
Yeah, so I'm not nervous. You can.
When you do imbibe in a beverage, does your dong have a separate blood alcohol content than your body?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, it takes a lot more for my dong to get drunk than me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd imagine.
Yeah.
You don't do shots anymore, but does your dong do shots or no? You guys both just do beer or wine?
We both do beer and wine.
Hmm.
But yeah, I usually will get drunk and my dong will be fine. My dong's like, I can keep going.
For sure.
Yeah.
Does your dong have a driver's license? Can it drive you?
No, unfortunately.
Right.
Likes to Uber a lot.
Yeah, it's chill. Like to hang back and maybe have a good conversation.
Yeah.
I like that. Dude, yeah, Ballast. So Ballast Point's sick as hell, dude. Dank, been on that brewery tour. A buddy of mine got in an argument when we were on my buddy's birthday party with his then girlfriend, and they didn't go inside the tour. I had a nice IPA, which I would later find out would be my favorite IPA. While I watched them, argue over something menial and trivial, I would guess, about, like, I don't know, maybe him not having her back in conversations or something like that, dude. Stone Brewery, we mentioned it earlier, dude. It's basically Jurassic Park. It's tight. Started in '96, dude. This was like the first craft brew that I became aware of, like the Arrogant Bastard Ale. I remember, like, my dad's friend was like, "Have you seen this?"
Oh, that's Stone?
That's Stone.
Oh, wow.
He's like, "This is hilarious." He's like, and my dad's friend was like, "You're an arrogant bastard, so I got you this for your birthday." And so just really, really, funny. And also growing up Catholic, like, it has like a demon on it. Like Stone's thing is like a demon.
Yeah,
dude.
is
like
that what that is?
Like
Yeah.
a gargoyle. Dude, you remember that, Aaron? Do you remember that show Gargoyles? Did you ever watch that cartoon?
A little bit, yeah. It was on Fox. It was like the same animators as Batman.
Dude, yeah, had the same look as Batman. Yeah. And like the gargoyles came alive. Did they stop crimes? Or what did the gargoyles do?
Yeah, I think they fought crime. I think it's on, I think you can see it on HBO Max.
An interesting show.
Yeah.
That animation style was like very dark, and it always like kind of bummed me out watching it as a kid. I like a brighter animation, you know?
Yeah, I think they started with a black base as opposed to a white, like most people. Most animators. But
it definitely is aesthetically what they were going for and made it. Also, JD gives a shout out to Ventura Surf Brewery holding it down. They're a newer one, but they recognize Anchor Brewing Co. and say they want to sort of keep the tradition of brewing dank brews in California alive to this day.
Nice.
And that's about it, dude. I mean, I think, dude, if you're traveling with your GF or your fiance or whoever it is that you're dating, dude, and fired up with your loved one, dude, and if you're a dad and you have a family, go on a brewery tour, dude, because the kids are getting a history lesson while you can get buzzed. One time we were in Pilsen, Czech Republic, and a Pilsner is named after the town of Pilsen in the Czech Republic.
Oh, cool.
So everything's brewed in that style. So if you're having a Pilsner, it's brewed in the Czech style from Pilsner Quell, which is the very first Pilsner. And my dad was on that tour and he was buzzed and like had to pee. And he asked like a stupid question. Like he thought like he was being smart on the tour and like asked the tour guide like, so you mentioned, I don't remember what it was, but like maybe something along the lines like what I said was like, so when I'm having a Pilsner from Miller Lite, which says Pilsner, that's technically it's not a Pilsner, right? It's a misnomer. Like he wanted to like use a smart word during it, and the tour guy was like, yeah, like that's what I told you guys like for the past 20 minutes, and the tour guy was kind of like, yeah. And then my dad was buzzed and looked over at my sister to blame that question and goes, see, I told you. It was amazing, dude. And she's like, what? Dude, it was the most savage move I've ever seen,
great
bro.
Move, yeah.
The most savage. Dude, yeah. He goes, told you.
Blame someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Question.
It was unreal. And then he goes, where's the bathroom? And then fucking we found him in the bar later. It was amazing, dude. It was gold.
I like Miller Lite, though.
You know what's funny? I looked this up. Miller is the most popular quantity beer drank in the city of Chicago because I think it's brewed right out there in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's in Milwaukee.
Miller is the go-to Midwest, I think, quantity brew. But you correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's up there for sure, yeah.
I mean, out here it's either Coors or Bud, I feel like. If you're in college, it's like Natty Ice or fucking Keystone.
Yeah, I know a lot of Coors Light, Miller Light. Bud Light's probably third.
I like Coors for my quantity brew.
Yeah, see, I like Miller.
I like Miller's.
Yeah. Coors is my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I like Bud Light or Miller Light. Yeah, Coors Light just, it's too, I don't know, it doesn't hit right.
Really? So we are now living in the era of seltzers. You famously will not try a seltzer on the Going Deep podcast.
That's right. Never tried one.
I was there. I'll tell you this. Seltzers, drinkability factor through the roof. You could just, it's so dank. It just tastes like you're drinking like a sparkling, like, do you like sparkling waters? Like a LaCroix or whatever?
They're okay.
Like, do you like Topo Chicos?
I prefer regular water.
So here's the thing. So do I. But you can't look at that like it's substituting hydration. If you're having a sparkling water, look at it like you're substituting soda. You know, it's like it's a treat. But I also like regular water, and I like it room temp. But the drinkability factor on hard seltzers is it's 100%. But the buzz, it's not because it's still a malt liquor. You're getting the shit. That's what's in there. It's not high quality. Like you're getting like Keystone, Natty Ice, like that's at the bottom of the barrel beer. You're getting after that.
Oh, come on. Why would I ever want that?
I know, but that's what it is. It's malt liquor.
I'm sticking to my beers.
You heard the truth on the History is Dank podcast.
I mean, the only good thing about a hard seltzer is it gets my wife kind of frisky, so that's fun.
Well, now we're talking.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, dude. End of the day,
Yeah.
you know, making the wife happy, dude. Feeling good, making you happy too. I mean, dude, makes the world go around. All right, dudes. Let's freaking do a few cues, then bone out of here. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right. Strider, what up? If you could build your dream house, what would it be like? Are you the kind of dude that wants a log cabin with a dank fireplace to cuddle up next to? Or are you building a mansion with a secret drill factory hidden between the walls? Love the pod. Thanks for keeping the vibes high. Darren. It's a fire question, Darren. I got to tell you right now. Having grown up in Socal by the beach, I'm sort of spoiled by the beach, so I would envision myself, dream home, something with a nice piece of well-groomed grass, maybe lakeside on a nice lake, maybe in the Pacific Northwest, a few bedrooms so my boys could post up and crash if we had a party. And I would also say yes to both questions because I would definitely have a drill factory. I don't think it would have to be hidden. You know, my dank fiance is going to know that I absolutely drill myself. He's like, where does this guy disappear to a few times a day for 30-second chunks?
Yeah, the drill factory.
Yeah, so, I mean, but I do like trap doors and I love playing Clue. So I'd like to put something like that in there. So I would say yes to both, and I would go with the cabin aesthetic. I like that. You know, maybe have some antlers, but even though I don't hunt. What about you, Joe? What's your dream house scenario?
Yeah, I like, I would want a nice backyard so I could have like a big deck. Pool, not necessarily. I would like to have like a nice party area where we could play some games. Could go either way on the pool, but yeah, preferably I would be near the ocean or lake, so then there's your water.
You might want a pool though with a pool house, because would your penis require separate living quarters?
Yeah, we would need the pool house for the dong. That's true. I didn't factor that in.
Maybe 2-story.
Yeah, we would need 2 stories.
A nice sectional couch
Otherwise
for
we
it.
couldn't fit it. Yeah.
What about you, Aaron? What are we talking?
I mean, I don't necessarily want it to be on the beach because, you know, has its own. Jesus Christ, what is going on today? All the cameras just went black for a second.
Yeah, I saw that.
A ghost, dude.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want it on the beach because that just brings its own set of problems. It's just like it might be super crowded or what have you. It also just destroys your cars. But somewhere near the ocean, I think you gotta have a big pool in the backyard, fire pit, grill area. I like a deck. I like a porch.
Yeah.
Definitely like those 2 things as well. I want high fences. I don't want to see my neighbors, but I know they're there.
See, I'd like my neighbors to see me making love. Sort of an exhibitionist love maker, letting them know, hey, this is a household where stuff's going down. You know? I'd like to have a hedge with something, you know, maybe rear window.
Yep.
I'd like them to rear window me every once in a while, dude.
On a hole in the hedge.
Yeah, a little hole in the hedge.
See.
I'm out in the backyard, just really enjoying. That'd be nice. I think they'd need to see that, dude. And they'd be adults. They own a home, you know. And I would do it while kids are at school.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not a sick pervert, just a pervert. All right, let's do one more, dude. No, actually, we got 2 more here. What up, Strider and Aaron, dude? Been listening since Ep 1. Legend, dude.
Nice.
After I heard you were starting your own pod on Going Deep, legend, dude. I got too fired up. That's a complete sentence there. Since listening to your pod, even my GF has told me I've changed, for the better, of course. Dude, that's amazing. I've had a quick question for you. When you were at UCSD, what was your go-to spot for breakfast burritos? I'll be here another 2 years and want a solid option. I know Aaron is a native as well, so I'd love his input too. Keep shredding, Big Mike. Big Mike, what up? Go Tritons, dude. You know, in college I was going to Roberto's, dude, getting like a California burrito, and they had a pretty good breakfast burrito. You know, my tastes weren't as much. I love A's Burger was my go-to, but that's OC. You're not making that drive. So I say Roberto's. Right now they have a place called, it's a little more bougie. It's maybe not the best college option if you're working on the college budget, and it's a chain, but Breakfast Republic in Ocean Beach is pretty dank. They've got a good steak and egg breakfast burrito. What about you, Aaron?
You know, I didn't really get into breakfast burritos until I came to LA. So, I don't really know any great spots there. But for your California burrito, you can't go wrong with Super Sergio's. There's one in Claremont Mesa and there's one in National City. I don't know if there's any more, but I don't think so. Santana's is always
Santana's.
good. There's a place across from the Comedy Store in La Jolla called Don Carlos Tacos.
Yeah, I've been to that one.
Yeah.
That was great.
Owned
Yeah.
by a very big podcast fan, Ryan Hill.
That was my stopping. That's close to UCSD, so go to that one for sure. What's that one called?
Don Carlos Tacos.
Hit Don Carlos.
Yeah,
dude.
great
Also hit El
California burrito there.
Pescador right down there too, in La Jolla, for a salmon burger. Different food item, but dank.
Sounds good, yeah.
Oh, and if you're downtown, there's a place called Pokey's. Don't get the California burrito there. Get the carne asada quesadilla. It's massive. It's like it's almost the size of a small pizza.
Oh, wow.
And it's delicious.
So-
They make great
okay.
stuff. It's a long wait. It's kind of a small place, kind of a hipster place, right by the library, but it's great.
Tight. Let's do one more than bone out, dude. What up, Strider? I love getting tilted with my bros every Friday night. Turns out, though, all my boys have GFs, and they all don't get nearly as fucked up anymore, and sometimes they even call it an early night to go home and fucking stuff,
Yeah.
which is tight, but like they can bone whenever, and Friday nights are only once a week. How do I convince the bros to respect the sanctity of our Friday night parties? Thank you, Dom.
Yeah, get your boning done on your own time, you know?
I agree, Joe.
Yeah, save Friday night for the boys.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's boys' night, and that doesn't mean the ladies can't come hang out. But
Yeah.
honestly, dude, I gotta say this, and I'll say this right now: boning before you go out is a nice move. Dude.
Yeah, do that. Bone
It's a
before
nice
you go
move,
out.
and you're young enough. You're not older now, where it's like, oh, that's gonna shut you down into the night, married style. They're in college, I'd imagine. That's what's happening here. You have Friday night hangs and
Yeah.
parties. Everyone has energy. Everyone's young. Everyone's business works. People are playing nervous. And yeah, dude, I think you got to tell your boys straight up, dude, like, yo, it's Friday. I'm happy you all have love. And I think, when he finds love, like he'll be able to empathize more with like the horniness that his buddies have going on and their counterparts, significant others. But at the same time, you got to rage on Fridays, dude.
Yeah.
You got to absolutely get after
You
it.
do.
So just let them know, dude, get your boning done, or at least like, I don't know if you need to go hard rule or boundaries, like, yo, no one goes home before 12:30.
Yeah, you don't need to
Don't
leave
care.
early to bone.
Tell them, dude, go bone in my bed. Say, hey, you need to go
Yeah.
bone in my
You can
bed.
bone in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's always time to bone.
Exactly. Wake up. It's in the morning. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, I'm sure he has a bean bag. He's in college. Go bone on my bean bag. Just use some Clorox wipes when you're done.
Yeah.
Aaron, what about you, dude? What do you think? Are his boys wrong?
I don't know about wrong. I do think you're right in terms of boning before going out. I think that is killer. If you can get it before and after, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bookend.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't be down on your boys for having significant others. Like, come on.
Yeah, it sounds like, he's a little bit hurt of just, there's probably some hurt in him if he wants to hang out. He probably feels a little left out is really what the pathos is under all of this, you know?
Yeah.
But I do have to say he has a good point. He's hiding his pathos in a very strong argument, I think he's got to hit him with that honesty. Look, guys, I miss you. I don't have a cigarette. I'm jacking off all the time. When you guys go home, I just jack off and watch Con Air, which I hope he is doing. It sounds like a nice night, to be honest.
Sure.
And he just has to tell him honestly, I feel left out, and I feel like you guys are together every other night of the week. You're boning enough. You don't need to be doing it on Fridays.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And you can do it. You can push it back an hour,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, there's plenty of time to bone.
For sure. All right, dude. Thanks, Dom, dude. Thank you to Joe for joining. Joe, thank you. You're a legend, dude.
Strider, thank you, man. Great to be on here.
Dude, happy to have you on here. I want to do another ep of some Chicago stuff again. So let me know, dude. History of the Cubs, maybe the Cubs curse or something. We can have some fun with it. Aaron, you're a beast, dude, on the sticks as always. Great pit stop on that mic earlier, dude. just fire it up, dude. Questions, comments, suggestions. Send in your favorite brews, episode topics, whatever it is, dude. Just let me know. Historical questions, relation questions, happy to answer, dude. StriderWilsonShreds@gmail.com. Alrighty, lit.